Have your legs started to feel heavier than usual, like walking across your own living room is suddenly a workout? Do you now rely on your hands or knees just to rise from a chair, or struggle more than you used to climbing stairs? And here's the biggest question. What if this isn't just normal aging, but a silent warning sign that your body is missing 3 essential vitamins? If you're over 60 and noticing these changes, you're not alone and you're not imagining it. This quiet, creeping leg weakness is often the first sign of a condition called sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. It comes on quietly. No dramatic pain, no swelling, no warning. One day you're moving fine and the next, standing up takes effort. Crossing the room feels like a challenge. And stairs? They might as well be mountains. But here's the good news. You can restore leg strength in a matter of days without extreme exercise or expensive therapies. All it takes is 3 specific vitamins taken the right way, at the right time. In this video from Senior Health Boost, we'll show you the 3 vitamins every senior needs before bed, how these deficiencies lead to weak, heavy legs, and how to combine them safely and effectively for fast recovery. This isn't health folklore or trendy guesswork. It's backed by real clinical studies, scientific data, and decades of expert experience. And if you stick with us until the end, we'll also share a bedtime vitamin routine that almost nobody talks about, but that works wonders for leg strength, balance, and pain relief. Why are your legs weakening after 60? Here's what most people don't realize. Once you hit your 60s, your body starts undergoing quiet, progressive changes. Your bones become more fragile, your circulation slows, and critically, your muscles, especially in the legs, start to weaken. Legs are usually the first to go. Even if you're eating normally and feel generally fine, you could be losing 1–3 of your muscle mass every single year. According to the American Geriatric Society, that means in just 5 years, you might lose up to 15% of your leg strength without even realizing it. So, what's causing this loss? There are 3 major reasons behind the steady weakening of your legs after age 60 to 1. Vitamin deficiency. This is the #1 hidden cause, and it's often overlooked. As we age, our digestive system becomes less efficient. Your stomach produces less acid, and your intestines struggle to absorb the nutrients your muscles and nerves need. The result? Low levels of vitamin D3, critical for muscle and nerve function, vitamin B12, essential for nerve transmission, and weakened bone density. Without these, your muscles simply can't contract properly or recover from daily strain. 2. Poor circulation. Low blood flow means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reaching your legs. That leads to fatigue after short walks, frequent cramping, and that dead weight feeling in your calves and thighs. Your muscles can't rebuild if blood isn't delivering what they need. 3. Reduce physical activity. As we get older, we often walk less, avoid stairs, or sit more often. And while that seems harmless, it accelerates muscle loss. But here's something few people know. Even if you are staying moderately active, your muscles can still shrink if you're not getting the right nutrition to support repair. Without those key vitamins, activity alone won't cut it. The solution? Replenish the right nutrients. Here's the good news. You can turn this around in a matter of days, not months, not years. By restoring just 3 core vitamins, you can reawaken your strength, stability, and mobility. And the first vitamin we're going to talk about is the one most seniors aren't taking, even though it holds the master key to muscle strength and balance. Vitamin D3. The master switch. Most people know vitamin D3 supports bones. But did you know it also acts like a master switch for your nervous, skeletal, and muscular systems? After age 60, your body's ability to produce and process D3 drops drastically. Your skin becomes thinner, your liver and kidneys process D3 less efficiently, you likely spend less time in direct sunlight. This creates a silent deficiency, and suddenly, your muscles start shutting down. You feel slower, weaker, more unstable. Your legs feel like concrete, your steps get shorter, and your balance becomes fragile. All because your body is running low on one crucial ingredient, vitamin D3. Why D3 is so important? D3 isn't just about helping calcium reach your bones. It also ensures your muscle fibers contract smoothly, supports nerve communication, so your brain and body are in sync, prevents muscle atrophy, the silent shrinkage that steals strength. Without D3, your body becomes unreliable, like trying to operate machinery on a drained battery. Signs of a D3 deficiency. Wondering if this applies to you? Here are the most common signs: weakness when climbing stairs, exhaustion from walking short distance, cramps in your legs, especially at night, trouble stepping quickly or turning, pain in your hips, knees, or heel, sand in some cases, even low-grade anxiety or irritability. If these symptoms sound familiar, don't worry, because you're just one step away from fixing the root cause. In the next part of this video, we'll show you how to restore your D3 levels naturally and effectively, along with the other to bedtime vitamins that complete the recovery cycle. Coming up next, how D3 works with B12 and K2 to rebuild muscle, improve nerve function, and eliminate nighttime leg cramps for good. Vitamin D3, the hidden switch behind leg strength. As we discussed earlier, vitamin D3 isn't just for bones, it's the master switch that turns on your muscular and nervous systems. When D3 levels drop, you feel slower, weaker, and less stable. But when they rise again, something amazing happens. Your legs start to respond. You know that occasional irritability, that odd anxiety before bedtime, or maybe the strange feeling of being tired but restless. These aren't just mood swings. These are actually early warning signs of vitamin D3 deficiency, especially in seniors. But the issue is, these symptoms are so subtle that most people confuse them with just getting older. And because they don't cause pain or obvious illness, they get brushed aside until the legs become heavy, the stairs feel impossible, and the balance begins to fail. But research is catching up, and it's painting a very clear picture. What the science says: a study from the University of Birmingham in the UK looked at individuals over the age of 65 who took 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily. After just 5 days, researchers noted a significant increase in leg strength, nearly 19% improvement within weeks. That's not months of training, gym routines, or intense therapy. That's simply the power of giving your body the nutrient it's been missing. Another study, conducted in China, confirmed that even low levels of D3 supplementation, when paired with light movement, led to major improvements in leg power and balance. And at Harvard's Geriatric Research Center, researchers discovered that seniors with low D3 levels were 40% more likely to suffer falls or be hospitalized compared to those with normal levels. Let that sink in. One missing vitamin increases your fall risk by nearly half. This isn't just about muscle, it's about independence. Vitamin D3 doesn't just protect your bones, it protects your freedom. How D3 supports your legs. So, what exactly does D3 do inside your body that makes such a difference? Here's how it works. Increases calcium absorption so your bones stay dense and strong, promotes the creation of new muscle fibers, improving overall muscle tone, enhances muscle contractions, making each step feel more stable and less effortful, speeds up reaction times, helping your legs respond to uneven surfaces, reduces low-level inflammation in the muscle tissue, so you move with less stiffness, and most importantly, it reactivates muscle function, almost like flipping a switch. When D3 is restored to healthy levels, it doesn't just help, you can actually feel your joints and muscles come alive again. What's the right dosage? Let's get practical now. What's the right amount of D3 to take if you're over 60? For generally healthy adults over 60, to 800 to 1000 IU per day is a safe and effective base level. For those with a history of frequent falls, visible frailty, step wriggles, fatigue, or poor balance, experts recommend 1500 to 2000 IU per day for better protection and support. Best time to take D3. And when you shouldn't. Here's something most people don't know. Vitamin D3 should always be taken in the morning or early afternoon, never before bed. Why? Because D3 is a stimulant to your system. It improves alertness and metabolic activity. If you take it too close to bedtime, it may interfere with sleep, keeping you in a lighter sleep cycle or preventing your body from reaching deep recovery phases. For optimal absorption, take it after a meal that includes healthy fats like eggs, salmon, olive oil, or avocado. This helps D3 bind properly and absorb into your bloodstream efficiently. Can you get enough from food? Let's break down the numbers. The idea that you can get enough vitamin D3 from food alone is sadly unrealistic for most seniors. Here's why. A standard serving of fish like salmon or mackerel gives you about 500 IU an egg. Only 40 IU a glass of fortified milk. Around 100 IU to reach even the basic daily need of 1000 IU. You'd have to eat fish every day, multiple eggs, several servings of fortified milk. And that's without dietary restrictions. If you follow a plant-based diet, have lactose intolerance, or just don't eat large portions, you're very likely deficient. That's why most older adults are recommended to supplement. Who should absolutely consider taking D3? If any of these describe you, vitamin D3 should be a top priority. You're over 60 years old, you spend most of your time indoors, you've fallen recently or feel unstable, you've been diagnosed with osteoporosis or arthritis, you eat a low dairy or low fish diet, you have muscle aches or nighttime leg cramps. A few important warnings. Know, while vitamin D3 is incredibly safe, too much of anything isn't good. Long-term use of excessive doses over 4,000 IU per day can potentially cause heat, chest, nausea, or constipation, calium buildup that leads to kidney stones or even irregular heart rhythms in sensitive individuals. That's why it's important to use the right dose, take it at the right time, and have your blood levels checked regularly. If you're using high-dose D3, what you can expect when taken properly. Vitamin D3 can begin to reactivate your muscle systems within a matter of days. We've seen seniors who regain stability on stairs, walk farther with less fatigue, sleep deeper at night, and move through their day with more confidence, coordination, and calm. It's not magic, it's biology finally getting what it needs. Coming up next, B12, the brain to leg connector. While vitamin D3 lays the foundation for strong bones and muscles, it can't do the job alone. Because your legs don't just need strength, they need clear instructions from your brain. And that's exactly where vitamin B12 comes in. In the next section, we'll show you why B12 is crucial for senior show. It rebuilds the connection between your brain and muscles, and why so many people over 60 are dangerously low without even knowing it. Stay with us, because understanding B12 could be the key to waking up with steadier legs and sharper reflexes. Let's turn the page and dive in. Vitamin B12, the brain to leg connector. Earlier, we talked about how vitamin D3 reactivates your muscle and skeletal systems. But strength isn't the only issue. What happens when your brain sends a message and your legs don't respond? That's when vitamin B12 becomes critical. When legs stop listening, if your legs feel like they've stopped listening to your brain, moving slower, missing steps, or even going numb, you might be dealing with a B12 deficiency. And it often starts quietly. Some of the earliest signs include a burning or tingling sensation in your feet, numbness in the toes or soles, a strange feeling that your legs are asleep or not fully under your control, trouble balancing, even when standing still, feeling unsteady, especially when turning or walking on level ground, needing to hold onto furniture or reach for support more often. The symptoms aren't clumsiness. They're your nervous system signaling that something's not right. Beyond the legs, mood, memory, and energy. A lack of B12 can also show up in your brain and mood. Many people report mild depression, forgets thinking, gan trouble focusing or finishing thoughts. The changes are gradual. Many seniors assume it's just aging, but in reality, these are classic signs of a B12 deficiency, and they're fixable. Why is B12 deficiency so common in seniors? There are two major reasons. 1. Poor absorption. As we age, our stomach produces less stomach acid, which is crucial for releasing B12 from food. And if you take acid-reducing medications like omeprazole or ranitidine, this effect gets even worse. Even if you eat foods rich in B12, your body may simply struggle to absorb it. 2. Limited diet. Best sources of B12 are animal-based foods like meat, eggs, fish, and dairy. If you eat less meat, follow a plant-based or vegetarian diet, or simply eat lighter meals, you may not get enough B12 to meet your daily needs. Even people with healthy diets can be low in B12 without realizing it. What the science says. The research is clear and a little alarming. A study from Oxford University followed seniors aged 65 and up with low B12 levels. The results? They walk significantly slower, had much worse balancing, were more than twice as likely to fall within the year compared to those with normal B12 levels. Another study, published in the Journal of Gerontology, looked at seniors who took 1,000 micrograms of vitamin B12 daily for 8 weeks. What happened? Less numbness, fewer stumbles, faster reaction times, and improved lower body strength. Science is consistent. B12 restores the link between your brain and muscles. How B12 works in the body. Think of vitamin B12 as the maintenance crew for your nervous system. Without it, the system starts to misfire. B12 helps build and maintain the myelin sheath, a protective layer around your nervous, promote red blood cell production, which increases oxygen flow to muscle, support energy metabolism, giving your muscles the fuel to functionable, accurate, and fast signals from your brain to your limbs. When B12 runs low, everything slows down. Signals become delayed, nerves become confused, and your muscles feel disconnected. That's when your legs feel weak, wobbly, or like they're no longer under your full control. Who's most at risk? If you're over 60, you're already in the higher risk group for B12 deficiency. You're even more likely to have low B12 if you regularly take antacids or acid blockers, follow a vegetarian or low-meat diet. Metformin, a common diabetes medication, have digestive issues like gastritis, IBS, or Crohn's. Drink alcohol regularly. Have undergone weight loss surgery or gastrointestinal procedures. If any of these sound like you, a simple blood test can tell you where you stand. And catching it early makes a big difference in how quickly you recover. Overlook symptoms to watch for. No, everyone experiences the classic signs like tingling feet. Some signs are easy to miss. Feeling awkward or uncoordinated during objects, more often fatigue that doesn't go away with sleep, random buzzing or electric sensations in your feet, mild headaches or unexplained tension. This are not just quirks. These are your body's warning lights. And the earlier you respond, the faster and more completely you recover. How much B12 should you take? For most seniors, a safe and effective dose is 500 to 1000 micrograms of 510 mg per day, and you want to choose methylcobalamin, the active form of B12. Why? Because methylcobalamin doesn't need to be converted by your body. It's ready to go as soon as you take it, making it ideal for seniors with slower digestion or absorption issues. It's also the form your brain and nerves prefer, especially when recovery is the goal. How long before you notice a difference? This varies, but most people begin feeling more steady, alert, and energetic within 2 to 4 weeks of consistent supplementation. Tingling sensations may reduce your balance, improve subtly but surely. You feel more confident when walking or climbing stairs. Brain fog starts to clear and your legs begin to listen again when your brain tells them to move. If you're consistent, these changes can build on each other week after week. Final thoughts before we move on. Vitamin B12 is not optional. It's essential for every signal, every step, every reaction. And while the symptoms of deficiency can seem like just aging, they're often completely reversible if you catch them early. Coming up next, vitamin K2, the missing link in calcium and muscle repair. So now we've reconnected the brain to the body with B12 and reactivated your recovery cycle with D3. But there's one final piece missing. Because if D3 moves calcium into your bloodstream, what's guiding it to your bones instead of your joints or arteries? That's where vitamin K2 comes in. In the next section, we'll reveal why K2 is completely overlooked even though it's critical after 60, how it works with D3 to protect your joints, and how it builds stronger bones and muscles at night. Let's explore the final vitamin in your leg strength recovery trio. B12 continued, easy to take, hard to replace. Know that you understand how essential vitamin B12 is to leg strength, nerve health, and coordination. The next question is, how do you get enough of it consistently? Let's break it down. Different forms of B12. Which one is best? Vitamin B12 comes in several forms. Chewable tablets, sublingual tablets placed under your tongue. Spray. Sublingual B12 is often the most effective for seniors, since it bypasses the stomach and goes directly into the bloodstream. This is especially helpful if your stomach acid is low or if you're taking acid blockers. Pro tip: coffee and tea can interfere with absorption, so take your B12 in the morning or with lunch, not alongside your hot drink. Can you get enough B12 from food alone? In theory, yes. In reality, it's very unlikely for most seniors. Here's what you'd have to eat. 3 oz of beef liver equals about 70 micrograms of B1 to 3 oz of salmon equals around 4.5 micrograms. 1 large egg equals just 0.5 micrograms. 1 cup of milk equals roughly 1 microgram. To hit the recommended dose, you'd need daily servings of liver, seafood, and dairy. For most older adults, especially those with low meat or dairy intake, that's just not sustainable. That's why a supplement is the most practical choice. Is it safe? Yes, extremely safe. B12 is water soluble, which means any excess is flushed out in your urine. Your body only absorbs what it needs. There's no known toxic dose in healthy individuals, even at high levels. That said, if you take blood thinners, have kidney disease, or are being treated for other chronic conditions, check with your doctor before adding supplements. Otherwise, B12 is one of the safest and most powerful tools for regaining balance, energy, and control over your legs. What real people are saying against people correct their B12 deficiency, they often describe it like this: I feel more stable on my feet. My legs actually listen when I move. I have more feeling in my feet again. I'm sleeping better now that the nerve tingling is gone. Vitamin B12 doesn't just clear your head. It helps you feel anchored, confident, and steady. When your nerves are nourished, your brain and body work together again. Don't ignore the signals if you've been Feeling off balance, struggling with strange sensations in your limbs, dropping items, experiencing brain fog or fatigue that doesn't improve with rest? It's time to get your B12 checked. Your nervous system may be desperately trying to tell you something. Now, with B12 and D3 covered, we move to the third essential vitamin for leg strength, a vitamin you may not know by name, but your muscles definitely recognize when it's missing. Introducing vitamin B1 thiamine, the muscle fuel. You've heard how D3 helps your muscles rebuild, and how B12 helps them respond to the brain. Now meet the vitamin that gives your muscles the energy to actually move. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Why it matters: if vitamin D3 flips the switch, and B12 connects the wires. Thiamine is the electricity that powers your muscle function. Without it, even healthy bones and clear nerve signals aren't enough. What does thiamine B1 do? Thiamine plays a key role in energy metabolism. It helps convert carbohydrates from food into ATP, which is your body's usable energy. Every breath, every step, every muscle contraction requires ATP. Your legs are the largest muscles in your body. That means they rely heavily on a constant energy supply to function properly. When thiamine levels drop, your muscles start to feel heavy, tired, easily, recover slowly, even after light activity. Common signs of thiamine deficiency: many people over 60 experience symptoms like muscle fatigue after simple activities, cough, cramps or foot spasm, dragging, heavy feeling in the legs, feeling winded or dizzy when climbing stairs, mental fatigue, even without exertion, low motivation or loss of appetite, a general lack of drive to move. These are all signs that your muscle metabolism has slowed down, and thiamine often plays a role. Why seniors are especially at risk? There are a few reasons thiamine deficiency is more common as we age. 1. Reduced absorption. As we get older, our digestive tract becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients, including thiamine. 2. Medications. Many seniors are prescribed diuretics, water pills for blood pressure or heart issues. These medications cause thiamine to flush out in urine. Other common drugs like antibiotics or metformin can also interfere with B1 levels. 3. Alcohol use. Even light to moderate drinking wine or beer a few times a week can impair the body's ability to absorb thiamine. 4. Dietary habits. If your diet contains lots of processed foods, or you're eating fewer whole grains and legumes, you may not be getting enough thiamine naturally. What the research says: a 2021 study from Tokyo University followed over 300 seniors. Here's what they found. Over 30% had low thiamine levels. These individuals had weaker leg muscles, slower walking speed, and more frequent complaints of fatigue after supplementation. They saw a notable improvement in energy levels, walking distance, ability to climb stairs, muscle endurance. Takeaway: even a mild deficiency can significantly affect mobility, but the good news is, thiamine works quickly when replenished. How to get enough B1? While thiamine is found in whole grains, beans, and lean meats, your intake can be unpredictable, especially if you don't eat much or have trouble digesting carbs. Most seniors benefit from taking a low-dose B-complex supplement that includes B1 thiamine, B12, and B6, among others. These work synergistically to support nerve health, energy production, muscle recovery, overall mobility. Wrapping up this power tree, let's recap the 3 key vitamins that form your bedtime strength stack. Vitamin D3 rebuilds muscle, strengthens bones, reduces inflammation. Vitamin B12 reconnects brain to muscle, restores balance, clears nerve fog. Vitamin B1 thiamine fuels muscle contraction, prevents fatigue, supports endurance. Each of these plays a unique role, and when taken together, they help restore what aging quietly takes away: power, control, and confidence in your legs. Coming up next, the bedtime routine that ties it all together. Know that you know the 3 vitamins. The next step is learning how to take them the right way, in the right order, dosage, and timing for maximum results. In the next section, we'll walk you through the perfect nighttime routine that helps these vitamins work together to repair muscles, strengthen nerves, and improve mobility while you sleep. Stay with us, your stronger legs are just one bedtime routine away. Thiamine. Vitamin B1, the fuel that powers your legs. We've covered how vitamin D3 restores muscle structure, and B12 reestablishes the communication between your brain and body. Now let's focus on the vitamin that actually powers your movement. Thiamine, also known as vitamin B1 or vitamin bone. You can think of it as the fuel line in your body's engine. Without it, nothing runs smoothly, even if everything else is working. The research speaks loud and clear. A clinical study published in Neurological Sciences journal followed seniors experiencing persistent leg fatigue. Each participant received 100 milligrams of thiamine per day. The results were remarkable. 82 reported improved endurance within just 1 week. 68 said their legs felt lighter, with less pain. No side effects were reported. So how does thiamine work its magic? Thiamine and your body's energy engine. At the core of your energy system is something called the Krebs cycle, your body's primary way of producing ATP, which is the energy currency that powers your muscles. Vitamin B1 is what keeps that cycle running. When thiamine is low, your muscle cells produce less energy. Recovery slows down after movement. Your strength and muscle tone fade during the day. In other words, your muscles tire easily, feel heavy, and don't bounce back. B1 also helps your nerves fire properly. Buy in energy. Thiamine plays a critical role in nerve function, especially in your peripheral nerves, the ones that control your legs and feet. Think of it like trying to drive a car with no gas. The engine might be intact, but without fuel, you're not going anywhere. Without thiamine, your legs don't respond well even if your bones and brain are in great shape. How much thiamine do you need? The standard daily recommendation is 1-2 mg for men, 1.1 mg for women. But here's the thing, for therapeutic benefits in older adults, especially those with symptoms like nerve pain or fatigue, much higher doses are often used. Doctors frequently recommend 50 to 100 milligrams per day for seniors with leg weakness or low energy. And don't worry, B1 is water soluble. That means any extra is safely flushed out through your urine. It doesn't build up in your system. Best time to take it? Take vitamin B1 in the morning, ideally with your first meal. Why? Because it helps power your entire day. It increases energy levels, improves focus and muscle responsiveness, keep your nervous system running smoothly. Always take it with food, preferably something with protein or healthy fat to support absorption. Avoid taking it with alcohol, coffee, or black tea, as those can interfere with how well your body uses it. Can you get enough thiamine from food? Technically, yes, but you need to be very deliberate about your diet. Good food sources include whole grains like brown rice or oats, legumes such as lentils and black bean, sunflower seeds, organ meats, and pork. But here's the catch. Most seniors don't eat enough of these foods. Daily digestive issues or medications can reduce absorption. Diuretics common for blood pressure or heart problems. Flush B1 out through urine. Alcohol, even in small amounts, can block thiamine absorption. So while food helps, a supplement is often the safer, simpler option. Who should strongly consider supplementing? You should consider checking or replenishing your B1 levels if you have type 2 diabetes. Take metformin, diuretics, or acid blockers. Drink alcohol regularly. Experience muscle fatigue with even light activity. Have lost weight or appetite recently. Feel tired or disengaged for no clear reason. For many seniors, a daily dose of 50 to 100 milligrams of thiamine can make a noticeable difference within just a few days. Real results. Many older adults who start taking thiamine report improvements within the first 3 to 5 days. What they say often sounds like this: my legs feel lighter. Stairs don't wear me out like they used to. I have energy to move again. I want to walk now. I feel stronger. It's like adding fuel to an engine that's been sputtering for years. Suddenly, everything runs smoother again. Why thiamine is the unsung hero? Let's be honest, B1 doesn't get the spotlight that D3 or B12 do. It's not flashy, but it's powerful. If you've been struggling with low energy, muscle fatigue, leg heaviness, or a general lack of drive to move, this quiet little vitamin could be the missing link that brings it all back. Sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference. Bringing it all together, the power of the trio that you know how. D3 supports your muscles and bones. B12 connects your brain to your body. B1 powers your energy and movement. The next question is, how do you take them together for maximum benefit? It's not about adding more pills. It's about timing and simplicity so your body absorbs and uses these vitamins exactly when they're needed. Let's walk through it. Your daily vitamin routine made simple. Here's how to easily integrate these 3 vitamins into your day. Morning routine. Vitamin D3 take after breakfast. Make sure the meal contains healthy fat like eggs, Greek yogurt, avocado, or olive oil. This supports D3 absorption and fuels your muscles for the day ahead. Vitamin B1 thiamine take with breakfast, best absorbed with protein-rich foods or whole grain, supports energy, concentration, and overall mobility throughout the day. Midday routine. Vitamin B12 take with lunch or early afternoon snack. Avoid coffee or tea at the same time. They can interfere with absorption. Helps with balance, reflexes, and nerve clarity during the second half of your day. Important tip: don't take B12 too late. It may increase alertness and disrupt your sleep. Sample daily routine. Let's put it into action. Breakfast. 1 boiled egg, a slice of whole grain toast, a scoop of Greek yogurt, 1 vitamin D3 capsule, 1 vitamin B1 table lunch, steamed veggies, grilled chicken or tofu, a handful of nuts, 1 B12 sublingual table evening. No new vitamins, just let your body use what it received throughout the day. What's next? Now that you've built a rock-solid foundation with these 3 nutrients, the next step is learning how to support your legs even further through hydration, gentle movement, and the right bedtime habits. In the next section, we'll walk you through 3 daily habits that amplify the power of these vitamins and help you wake up stronger, move with confidence, and reclaim your energy faster than you thought possible. Ready for that? Let's keep going. Your legs are only getting stronger from here. The right nutrients, the right timing, and the right you be now. You've learned exactly how to fuel your legs back to life with 3 essential vitamins: D3, B12, and B1 thiamine. Let's make sure you're set up to absorb them properly, not just in what you take, but when and how you take them. For example, with vitamin D3, you'll want to take it in the morning after a meal that contains healthy fats, like eggs, salmon, avocado, or even a splash of olive oil on whole grain toast. Fat helps your body absorb this fat-soluble vitamin more efficiently. At lunchtime, you might include steamed vegetables with salmon or tofu, paired with a vitamin B12 tablet or lozenge. This timing helps your nervous system stay active and alert throughout the afternoon, improving coordination and clarity both mentally and physically. And don't forget your vitamin B1, ideally taken in the morning with your first meal. This water-soluble vitamin provides energy to your muscles, so taking it early sets the tone for your entire day. The bottom line? Your body works best when it receives the right nutrients, in the right amounts, at the right times. Should you take a multivitamin instead? If you're already taking a multivitamin, stop and take a look at the label. Many popular senior blends underdose the very nutrients we've been talking about. Ask yourself, does it contain enough D3, B12, and B1? Are the forms of the vitamins easily absorbed? Are they listed in therapeutic doses, or just token amounts? Also remember, multivitamins combine fat and water-soluble vitamins. That's why it's best to take them with food, ideally at breakfast or lunch, not on an empty stomach. And here's something important. More is not always better. You might assume doubling your dose will double your results, but that can backfire. When caution matters, vitamins are powerful tools, but like any tool, they can do harm if misused. Especially if you're over 60, there are a few critical safety precautions to keep in mind. 1. Don't self-increase your dosage. It might be tempting to take 2 or 3 times the recommended amount, especially if you're feeling run down. But that's not how vitamins work. Even natural substances can be harmful in large doses. Take vitamin D3 for example. It's fat-soluble, so excess amounts are stored in the body, not flushed out. Regularly exceeding 4,000 IU per day without supervision can lead to high calcium levels, kidney stones, nausea, confusion in rare cases, confusion or disorientation. Stick to clinically supported doses, and always discuss long-term use with a professional. 2. Be mindful of kidney or liver health. Our kidneys and liver help filter out excess vitamins. If either organ isn't functioning properly, even normal doses of fat-soluble vitamins like D3 may accumulate and become toxic. If you have chronic kidney disease, fatty liver, other diagnosed organ conditions, always consult your doctor before starting any new supplement, no matter how harmless it may seem. 3. Don't ignore subtle side effects. Sometimes we think side effects only come in dramatic forms, but the truth is, the early signs are subtle and often dismissed. Examples include tingling or numbness in your hands and feet, especially from excessive B6 use, headaches, nausea, or loss of appetite possible with too much D3, mood changes, irritability, or even sleep disturbance. Keep an open mind. If something feels off after starting a new vitamin, check in with your body. Keep a journal. Speak with your doctor. Early awareness prevents long-term harm. 4. Test. Don't guess if you're taking supplements regularly, especially D3 or B12. Do a blood test every 6 to 12 months. Why? Because even if you feel fine, blood work gives you real insight into whether you're getting too little or too much. If absorption is an issue and whether your current plan is working, that's how you stay in the sweet spot, the safe, effective range that restores your vitality without risking imbalance. The takeaway: it's not just a jinx if your legs have felt weaker, heavier, or less stable lately. You're not alone, and it's not just aging. The truth is, your body might just be missing the fuel it needs. Let's revisit what we've learned. Vitamin D3 rebuilds bone density, enhances muscle repair, and fights inflammation. Vitamin B12 restores nerve communication, improves reflexes, and supports balance. Vitamin B1 thiamine fuels your muscles, boosts stamina, and relieves leg fatigue. Together, these three vitamins form a powerful alliance, helping you walk steadier, feel stronger, and move with confidence again. The real secret? You have to take action. This isn't magic, it's science. But the key to any transformation isn't the information, it's what you do with it. Have you noticed symptoms of deficiency in your own life? Do your legs tire easily or feel disconnected? Has your balance become less reliable? If so, this is your chance to take the first step, literally. And once you do, you might notice a lighter step, fewer stumbles, more energy, greater independency. It's not just about vitamins, it's about getting your life back. Let's hear from you. Have you tried adding D3, B12, or thiamine to your routine? What changes did you notice? Your experience could be the encouragement someone else needs. Share your story in the comments below. Even one small insight can make a big difference. At Senior Health Boost, we believe that the more we learn from each other, the stronger we all become. So don't be shy, let's grow this community together. A final word: one step at a time. Aging isn't about giving up. It's about adapting, learning, and doing the small things that make the biggest difference. These three humble vitamins, D3, B12, and B1, might not seem like much, but taken together, they can transform your mornings, your movement, and your mindset. So keep going, one step at a time, one habit at a time, one brighter, stronger day at a time. Stay with us on this journey. If this video has helped you understand your body better or inspired you to take action, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Senior Health Boost. We release weekly videos on topics that matter: strength, memory, balance, nutrition, and vitality. You deserve a healthy, independent life after 60, and we're here to walk that path with you. Click subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a community committed to better aging, one smart choice at a time. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep your legs moving and your spirit strong. We'll see you in the next video.